the object of section 10, which the object is covered in rule 2 of section 10, is that we want to protect people, equipment, and buildings by bonding, by grounding, and by connecting the bonded path to the grounding connector. So those are the 3 things we're doing. We are protecting by bonding, by grounding, and connecting to the bonded to the grounding connector. We're bonding by providing a low impedance path back to the source for fault currents, which is that's going to ensure that our protective devices are going to actually do their job, right? That means that your breaker is going to trip. That's going to prevent all of your overheating and fire and etc. from your fault current seeking a random path. We don't want any random paths to be happening. That's the object of this section of the code. And it's also bonding is going to help us establish that equipotential plane so that the possibility of the voltage differences between all those metal parts will be minimized. That is going to reduce your shock hazard. You don't want a difference in potential that anybody could possibly touch. So grounding is going to be connected from the source to the earth to provide stable voltages under unbalanced load conditions. It's going to provide reference to ground for the electrical system. It's going to safeguard you and your equipment against any undue voltage stress. Connecting the bonds to the grounding conductor is going to reduce that voltage potential between all of those exposed metal parts that are bonded. And all of that equipment to the earth under those fault conditions. And then, of course, the object goes further to talk about how underground systems can also be grounded to also protect from the fault current and the damage resulting from the ground faults. So that's the object of this code, is to ensure that we don't have any of those fault currents seeking random paths and being at a different potential to be dangerous for ourselves and our equipment and fire hazards.